Big Tech scrambles for dominance over ChatGPT. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much once again joining me for tea time. Today we have a little bit of fireside. That smokiness of the lap sun, guys, so good. I hope you're joining me with your cup of tea, maybe a cup of coffee, hanging out, talking tech, talking photo, talking video. Today is a tech day. We're going to be talking about ChatGPT. I told you I was going to do a little bit more coverage about this, and there was two articles that just came out. I think it was like yesterday, the day before, and they were quite good. And they talked about this a little bit and how it's like a code red over there with big tech. They don't even know what they're doing. They are just scrambling to get their AI models out there because ChatGPT is just dominating. Absolutely dominating. So you have Google scrambling, you got Microsoft scrambling, they're all going nuts, they don't even know what to do. Anyways, before we jump into this, I want to say that if you haven't downloaded any of my ebooks as of yet, go check them out. They're free just for you being here. Go to JCristina.com/books. Once again, JCristina.com/books. Also, if you find this video entertaining or maybe educational in any way, throw the video a thumbs up. That would be awesome. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel as of yet, consider subscribing and then clicking this little button over here. So when you click that, if you click all also, you'll be notified once I go live or when a new video comes out. Also, if you're looking for a VPN, currently I'm using Pure VPN. Down below in the comment area, as well as the description, you're going to find a link. That link will give you 80% off Pure VPN. I use it for the 250-bit encryption. I also use it for a static IP as well as port forwarding. If you need to protect your family or your business with a VPN, check out Pure VPN. Once again, the link is down below. Finally, some of you guys have been asking how you can say thank you for all of my hard work. I have about 800 videos on here now. I know it's a lot. Crazy. Just in Starlink alone, I have almost 120 videos. Anyways, if you just want to say thank you, there's a little thank you button right down here. Click that. But even better, if you don't click it, just simply become a member of the channel. That would be awesome. Would love to have you here. Anyways, let's jump into this. I found two articles, one over at TechCrunch, another one over at The Verge. The TechCrunch article is entitled Google Takes on ChatGPT with Bard and shows off AI in search. And The Verge article is called Microsoft Announces New Bing and Edge Browser Powered by Upgraded ChatGPT AI. So they're both very interesting. One is on the take of the Google side, one is on Microsoft and what they're doing to try to level the playing field. I mean, they are massive companies. While ChatGPT from OpenAI is open source, it's just free to use, and it's just become synonymous with any type of chatbot. If you hear chatbot anything, you're thinking, oh, ChatGPT? It's everywhere. It's kind of like the analogy of Coke. Hey, give me a Coke. Well, is that a Pepsi or a Coke? It doesn't matter. Coke is just simply Coke. Unless you're in the North and you call it pop. What the hell is a pop? I digress. Anyways, let's jump into the TechCrunch article. It starts out with Google is rushing to take part in the sudden fever for conversational AI, driven by the pervasive success of rival OpenAI's ChatGPT. Bard, the company's new AI experiment, aims to, quote, combine the breadth of the world's knowledge with the power, intelligence, and creativity of our large language model. This new model or service or AI bot, however you wish to describe it, was announced in a blog post by CEO Sindar Pichai, as I sometimes call him affectionately as Pikachu. I won't say that again. I've talked about this idea of plugging in ChatGPT, or when will ChatGPT be plugged in and brought live. That's not live as being all of a sudden sentient. What that means is now the information that ChatGPT will be live. It'll be current, right? It'll be plugged into the internet. And this is what they're talking about here with Bard being plugged in or having the access of world's knowledge basically at a moment's notice. And that is what Bing can provide Bard, which is that conversational AI, which ChatGPT currently doesn't have. Now, Sundar says, quote, it's a really exciting time to be working on these technologies as we translate deep research and breakthroughs into products that truly help people. Products. I'm going to get into that also by the end of this video. I think this is one of their major stumbling points. Why we see ChatGPT leapfrogging over all of the major tech giants. I'll get into that. The article continues with something similar here. It says, it's hard to wonder while reading this how Google managed to get leapfrogged so decisively by OpenAI, the latter of which is now synonymous with the technology the former pioneered. And this is what is so important. And this is what I was talking about Coke. When you ask for a Coke, it doesn't matter if it's a Coke, a cola, a Pepsi, you just want a Coke. Right? The name becomes synonymous. That doesn't mean that it is better. It just means that it is more recognized. And a lot of times the first to come to market ends up being that name that gets recognized for that product or that entity or that function or that whatever. Right? It continues. The short explanation is that tech moves fast and big companies move slow. And while Google released paper after paper and tried to figure out how to fit AI into its existing business strategy, OpenAI focused on making the best models and let people figure out their own applications. Bard shows Google taking a page from that playbook, releasing a lightweight version of the model for test purposes. The model uses Google's own Lambda or language model for dialogue application to power a conversational AI that can also draw from information from the web. Once again, Bard is plugged in, unlike ChatGPT. This is very, very important. Very important. In a test, Bard was asked to explain NASA's James Webb Space Telescope to a 9-year-old. And while it did an okay job, it did state, quote, "The Webb took the first pictures of an exoplanet." The problem is, guys, that is incorrect. The Webb did not take the first pictures of an exoplanet. And this is the kind of stuff that we see when it comes to AI bots. A lot of people are going to look at these bots as everything they say is 100% true. You need to vet the stuff. And as an example, OpenAI's ChatGPT doesn't give you any sources of the information that it's providing, so you cannot vet it yourself. Just what it says is what you have to take as factual. Another issue. They're going to have to come up with a fix to that. So this leads us into the Microsoft article over at The Verge. And it starts out with Microsoft announced a new version of its search engine Bing, powered by an upgraded version of the same AI technology that underpins ChatGPT. The company is launching the product alongside an upgraded version of its Edge browser, promising that the two will provide a new experience for browsing the web and finding information online. Quote, "It's a new day in search," said Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella at an event announcing the product, arguing that the paradigm for web search hasn't changed in decades, but that AI can deliver information more fluidly and quickly than traditional methods. Quote, "The race starts today, and we're going to move and move fast," said Nadella. Most importantly, we want to have a lot of fun innovating again in search because it's high time. Interesting. Microsoft showed a number of example searches, querying Bing for recipes, travel tips, and shopping for furniture from IKEA. In one demo, Bing was asked to, quote, "create an itinerary for each day of a 5-day trip to Mexico." The question was answered entirely by the chatbot, which described a rough itinerary alongside links to sources for more information. That goes back to the links. Now, links are going to be helpful to monetize this, but links will also be helpful for doing any type of vetting, to provide sources or source material for where the answers to these questions come from. So I think it is good in both directions. It's good for the chatbot and the owners of that bot to make money, but it's also good for the user to be able to once again vet the answers that come through. Microsoft says these features are powered by an updated version of GPT 3.5, the AI language model created by OpenAI that powers ChatGPT. Microsoft calls this the Prometheus model and says that it is more powerful than GPT 3.5 and better able to answer search queries with more up-to-date information and annotated answers. This makes sense. Why? Because it's plugged in. It's live. Once again, ChatGPT is not live as of yet. The announcement of the new Bing comes amid a flurry of AI activity from Microsoft and rival Google. Since ChatGPT launched on the web last November, interest in AI text generation has exploded. Microsoft, which has closely partnered with ChatGPT creator OpenAI, is seeking to capitalize on this excitement and has already announced how this technology will be integrated across its suite of Office software, tackling tasks like summarizing meetings and auto-completing lines of code. Google, meanwhile, has been caught off guard by what some have been claiming to be a paradigm shift in how users find information on the web. The launch of ChatGPT reportedly triggered a code red within the search giant. The long-absent founder Larry Page and Sergey Brin were drafted to help deal with what could be a threat to the firm's biggest revenue driver. So, as we can see, ChatGPT is not necessarily more advanced or a more advanced technology using GPT 3.5 than anything that these other companies have. What these other companies have are probably even better. The difference is ChatGPT has become analogous with a chatbot or AI on the web. And this is very valuable. Even though OpenAI created it as an open source type of movement, right? The value of it just by name is becoming massive. And I predict eventually it'll end up getting bought out by one of these massive giants. Will it happen? Well, we'll have to see. But we do know that Microsoft is nice and cozy in bed with OpenAI. That being said, it would be more likely for Microsoft to buy OpenAI than Google would, right? But you just never know. Money talks, right? So in my personal opinion, the difference here is that OpenAI started ChatGPT as a fun open source project, and they rolled it out to the masses for everyone to use and enjoy. Where you have the likes of Google and Microsoft that are being stifled by their own greed. This has slowed to a turtle's crawl the release of their respective AIs as they figure out how this new venture can be lucrative. How can they monetize this? It's all about money. They don't want to release it to the public for them to use it. They are going to wait to see how can they make the maximum amount of money from AI. The problem is we see OpenAI and ChatGPT just leapfrogging over them. And now they're scrambling. Once again, code red. Bring in Larry Page. What the hell are we going to do? And this is all from an open source AI model. It's amazing. Once again, ChatGPT has become Coke. It is now analogous with an AI-driven conversational chat bot. And one of these companies or someone is going to end up buying it just for the name, not necessarily for the technology underneath the hood, because there's probably better technology out there, like Lambda. Really good technology, but this has got out there first, and now everyone sees it as being the de facto when it comes to chat bots. Anyways, I want to know your thoughts about this. What do you think about ChatGPT? What do you think about these companies being leapfrogged by them? What do you think about that code red, quote unquote, code red happening over there and bringing in Larry Page? What the hell are we going to do? How are we going to fix this? And what do you think about these major companies sitting on their laurels trying to figure out how to make the most cha-chang before putting out their AI models and once again being taken over? I'm actually happy about it. Okay. I like to see the underdog win or do well. I like to see open source software do well. I like to see freeware do well. Anyways, down in the comment area below, let's have this discussion. So if you enjoyed this video, even in the least, throw it a thumbs up. That would be awesome. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click this little button over there and then click all. So when I go live or when a new video comes out, you'll be notified of it immediately. And finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools I've invented for you and me over the years. And hopefully there's something there that you might like. And if there is, please pick it up and support me and my family. That's it, guys. I'm out of here for another vlog. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next one. Love you all.